What if I told you students who watch this video earn higher grades than students who skip it? Today my purpose is to inform you about this course, and I present this video as someone with over 2 decades of online teaching experience. After viewing this video, you will know how to navigate this course. I will cover all of the following points, and I will provide detailed information for each point. With our roadmap in place, let's begin with the course homepage. Each time you log in, you'll see this homepage, and at the top, you'll always see the latest 3 announcements. And because I post quite a few announcements throughout the class, I encourage you to scan through these to make sure that you've read the latest. But if you feel that you've missed one, you can always go to the announcement page and look at all of the previous announcements that's been posted. After viewing this video, go to the syllabus and read that and then complete the associated assignment. I offer a textbook, but because this class covers the fundamentals, I will not refer to it or test you on it. Instead, I provide all of the information in the assignment materials. However, feel free to download the textbook if you'd like to dig a little deeper into one or more of the concepts. Down here is the link to the modules, which is the same as this link up here. The Helpful Templates page is an important page to remember because on that page you'll see there are example speech outlines, the evaluation forms that I use to evaluate your speeches, and then there are some special request forms such as course extensions and an audience waiver reduction form. On the right side of your screen is a how to use Canvas and gives you a student walkthrough. So if you feel that you need a little more information or help beyond this video, feel free to go there and check that out. Below that are 4 buttons. I will cover the calendar feature, but feel free to explore the others. Let's look at the calendar. The default view is the month view, but you can go to the week or the agenda. Many students tell me that they prefer the monthly view because it gives them a visual representation of their workload. You can see details by clicking on one of the assignments in the calendar. It'll show you the due date and some of the instructions, which you should scan through to see what is involved in completing this particular task. Some assignments, like the syllabus contract, take just a few minutes, while others require much more time. One last note is over here is the calendar feed. Some students find this feature handy because they can use it to place reminders on their smartphone or to send them to their work computers to remind them about upcoming assignments. Let's go back to the home page. Below the calendar is the to-do list, which shows items such as module introduction pages, announcements, and assignments that are due. You can remove an item by clicking on the small X. Use this feature carefully. While removing announcements is not a big deal, removing assignments could cause you to forget about that assignment. Over here on the left are 2 navigation panels. The far left includes the support link. This pop-up box is where you go to seek help with various issues. The Call Canvas Support and the Student Technology Assistance, or STAT, are 2 links that you should remember. On smaller screens, when you need more real estate, you can click this little 3-lined icon to hide or unhide one of the navigation panels. You have access to the entire course, so I encourage you to look around and get a feel for the flow of the course and the amount of work that's involved. With the home page covered, let's move on to modules. There are 5 modules. Please note that they are labeled Required and Optional. In the required modules, you must complete all of the items in the order listed. There is only one optional module, which you can skip. Still, I encourage you to read the information, especially How to Earn High Marks for Speech Delivery. This module contains only one assignment. It is here for me to enter your speech grade and to assign a specific weight, which you'll see when I cover the Gradebook. While I encourage you to work ahead, you must complete assignments sequentially. With modules covered, let's look at a typical assignment. The assignment structure remains consistent throughout the course. The first thing you will see is the assignment name, and this ribbon here that covers the due date, points assigned, the type of submission, and the type of document that you can submit. There's also always going to be a purpose to help you understand why you're doing this assignment. Most assignments are either a 2-part or 3-part assignment. Part 1 is always going to be the setup information, and this gives you specific instructions on how to complete the task. Part 2 is the assignment submission instructions. Further down is the rubric. Every assignment has a unique rubric, and I encourage you to review it before starting the assignment. I know there is a lot of information on this rubric, which can be confusing. However, you only need to look at the left side of the rubric to learn how to earn the maximum amount of points. When you're ready to submit an assignment, you use the Start Assignment button. The submitting label here indicates the type of assignment submission. So for example, if we click the Start Assignment, it brings up the text entry box at the bottom of the page. The information that goes in here generally comes from Part 2 of the assignment instructions. Like for example here, it says to copy this statement and to paste it into the text box and then submit the assignment, and you're finished. If you need to tell me something about this assignment, you use this comment box here, for example. However, please do not use this box to ask me questions that require my immediate attention. As stated in this critical note up here, Canvas will not alert me to your question, so it will go unanswered, which can be frustrating. To avoid this issue, always use the course inbox to send questions to me that require immediate action. If you have already submitted an assignment and you need to resubmit it, then you'll see this changes to a New Attempt button. When you click the New Attempt button, you may see this pop-up box, which is asking you if you still want to submit the assignment. You click OK, and I encourage you to click OK because, as I state in the syllabus, I allow you to resubmit assignments one time to improve your grade. For assignments requiring a file upload, you'll see this screen. Some students prefer to keep their files on Google Drive or the Office 365 cloud, which is okay, but it does require additional steps to access and upload your work. Many students have issues remembering where they stored their files. Thus, I encourage you to save your files on your own device so you can upload from there. For assignments requiring a document upload, I provide the template in Microsoft Word format. You complete the work on these templates and submit everything, including the cover page, any instructions, the content, and any other activity pages. You can open these templates with other programs besides Microsoft Word. However, be aware that these programs will change things. For example, they may delete a header or change the font, size, and type. They may remove page breaks or section breaks, and they might delete page numbers. Because I require work to be submitted in the format that I provide, I may reject any work that contains too many format errors. Therefore, I encourage you to use Microsoft Word, especially since the program is provided to you free by the college. With modules covered, let's look at the Gradebook. The Gradebook provides a wealth of information. I encourage you to view it often. Although you can use other views, students prefer the name view because they can do several things in this view. You can use this icon here to pull up and view the rubric and see how I used it to grade your work. You can also use this callout icon to see if there's any comments that I left for you in this little pop-up box. Please note that these icons only appear after you have submitted an assignment. Over here you see that the modules are weighted. Note the difference between the draft outline weight and the final copy. Likewise, notice how the introduction speech is only 5% compared to the persuasive speech at 25%. In other words, these weights give you an idea of where you need to focus your efforts in order to earn the highest grade. Up here you see the total percentage at 21%. It's critical to remember that this is not your class grade. It only represents the work that's been completed compared to all assignments in the class. To see your class grade, you have to go down here and uncheck this box. Note the difference in that grade. If you read this note, it'll tell you that you can also view what might be the impact of your grade based on potential scores. So, for example, if I was to enter the score 35 here, it immediately changes that to 100%, and that's because there's only been one assignment submitted in the entire class. However, if I click here, it changes that and shows the grade that the student would receive if they were to drop out of the class at this point. With the gradebook covered, let's move to course design. The assignments in this class scaffold, which means they build upon each other. For example, you have to complete the learning about rubrics assignment before you can complete the how to view instructor feedback. Another example is that before writing speech outlines, you must understand the concepts of topic selection and purpose statements. And you also must understand the rules of ABC, accuracy, brevity, and clarity, in order to reduce cognitive load for your audience. Moving on, you also must understand how to cite a source in a speech, which is significantly different than the way that you cite sources in an essay or a research paper. Then you learn about signposts and transitions, and about the because test to ensure unity in your writing. Finally, you're ready to tackle the first outline. Now let me back up for just a second to clarify an issue. You might wonder, how am I supposed to write the introduction speech when I don't know about the topic sentence, signposts, and so forth? Well, I don't expect you to know anything about writing or giving a speech. Therefore, I've provided a template that you complete. Most of the information is already here. You just fill in the blanks. I'm not expecting anything from you other than effort, which is why, if you recall, this speech is worth just 5% of your grade. This speech introduces you to the outline format, allows you to practice recording and uploading videos, and provides an opportunity for feedback that you can use to improve before delivering the informative speech, worth 20% of your grade. Both the informative and persuasive speeches follow the same format. You complete the body draft, which, like it says, is just the body. The aim is to ensure that your outline is on track before you spend time writing an entire outline. Next, you write the first draft, a complete outline that usually requires more than one attempt to get it right. Once I approve the draft, you then transfer your work to the final copy. The final copy is a well-polished outline that you can use to practice your speech and to deliver it. You repeat the process of scaffolding your knowledge to write the persuasive speech. As you can see, there is a draft, a first draft, and then a final copy. With the course design covered, I have just a few final thoughts. First, unlike many other online classes, there are no discussions in this class. And also, Unlike other classes, there are no quizzes, midterms, or final exams. Because this is a public speaking class, writing the outlines and giving the speeches fill the role of exams. To be clear, you will not interact with classmates, you will not see their speeches, and they will not see yours. Your audience and I are the only people who see your speeches. And by now you've probably noticed that there are 3 required speeches: the introduction speech, the informative speech, and the persuasive speech. You must deliver all 3 speeches to pass this class. It is a lot of work, so time management will be essential to your success. I want you to know I'm available for one-on-one Zoom sessions, so please never hesitate to contact me to schedule one. Sometimes that's all it takes to clear up a little confusion. In conclusion, the course is fast-paced, but it is structured to enhance your success. Let's review what we've learned today. First, we covered the home page. You learned about features such as announcements, getting started with the syllabus, the helpful templates. You learned about the calendar and the to-do list. You also learned about the navigation panels to include the support link and how to hide and unhide this navigation panel. And then we learned about modules. You learned that some are required and some are optional. We learned about assignments, the types, how to submit them, and when and how to use the comment box. After that, we learned about the Gradebook, including the different views, how to view the rubrics, and my comments. And we talked about the modules and their associated weights. And we also learned about the total score and how to change it. Next, we learned that the course scaffolds, meaning assignments build upon each other. Finally, we learned there are no discussions or exams, but there are 3 required speeches. And we also discovered that time management is essential and that I offer one-on-one Zoom sessions. Now you have the information needed to navigate this course, and because you watched the entire video, you'll likely earn higher grades than students who skipped it. I look forward to working with you this quarter.